Now, I have listed Patryk Jakiego from Poland. Excuse me, from the European Parliament. I'm sorry.
But also from Poland.
There you go, Patryk.
Thank you, Chair. So I have question to the President of the Venice Commission. As you know, the most important accusation against Poland is the politicized system of appointed of judges. So Judicial Council is appointed by 3/5 of Parliament, and every time I answer that this is exactly the same like in the other countries, like Spain, like Germany, I had reference to the Venice Commission. In almost all documents in European Parliament, reference to the Venice Commission. For instance, in the report from 2007 on page 4, I quote, "They may be a mixture of appointment by the head of the state and appointment by the government, politicize the system, for instance, Netherlands, Germany, but this method may function in the system of settled judicial tradition, but its introduction is in new democracies would clearly raise concerns." And my question is, do you think that the Poland is the new democracy? And do you know history of Europe, President? And secondly, in the report from 2019, in the page 14, Venice Commission report, we can find I quote, "In some older democracies, system exists in which the executive power has a strong influence on the judicial appointments. Such may work well in practice and allow for independent judiciary because the executive is reinstated by the legal culture and traditions which have grown over the long time." And could you, President, indicate which specific tradition in Germany is better than in Poland? Thank you.
And then there's another point that I'd like to comment on in response to what we've heard. And so this question was raised, I think, by a Polish member of parliament. They cited one of our reports about democracy. Now, this is some wording that has been used in the past. We don't use it anymore. And I said this in my introduction. In the Venice Commission, we try, because we think this is important when it comes to looking at rule of law. So perhaps we criticise a text, we analyse it, but we try to make sure that we've got a holistic approach to these reforms that would be recommended. So one measure, which would be very important, would be to say that this needs to be put into a broader context so that you could maybe have a broader criticism or assessment, but so you could perhaps also trigger responses that are more satisfactory. And we heard people call for a stronger role of parliaments, and I just remind you that what I said at the start is that for us it's very important to make sure that the powers are separate. And this is very important in a country that respects the rule of law. And I think that this is actually where you have the key for democracy and the key to making sure that democracy works well. I don't want to get into lots more details. I hope our reports can answer all of your different questions. Thank you very much, Chairman.